All right. Mike's hot. Mike is hot. Is your phone on silent?
Fuck your goddamn shit. Yeah.
What?
These people... Nothing.
What are you on?
Twitter.
Let's focus. Put your phone away, Brandy.
I am focusing. I'm just liking all these responses to my posts. Finally, one of my posts actually, got more than fucking 2 responses. But of course... It's because it's a fucking post for other people to come and share their links and books and stuff. So, of course, they're like, oh, yes, let me do it. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, come talk to me. And they're like, fuck you, bitch.
Well, that's the difficulty of being a content creator and having to collab with people.
What are you talking about?
When you're like, hey, come talk to me, you want them to talk.
Just on Twitter. I
Right.
just want them to, be like, hey, what's up? Or, just, engage. Say, hey, how you doing? I ask a question, and it gets no answers. I'm like, you guys fucking suck. You guys have answers. You answer all these other random-ass people's questions. You don't fucking answer my questions. You suck.
I saw a random question you asked, and I was like, I don't know if this pertains to me. It was about a character or your main something. It was just like...
Yeah, if your main character... I don't remember what it was. It was basically about if your antagonist was to come on to you, how would you react or something like that?
Right. See, that question's not for me, and I don't answer it, and then you yell at me, just like you did now.
First of all, I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at the people that the question was directed at.
I take offense.
Because I'm like, y'all act like y'all can't be bothered to talk to nobody. Meanwhile, y'all be talking all kinds of shit on here.
Well, let's talk about Twitter. Okay. So, I asked a question, and I got a large response.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about some answers that we got. I thought that was a really fun tweet. I probably should have saved the responses when I did it. But hang on a second. Mike is hot. Mike is hot. Mike is hot. Mm-hmm. It's too hard to find tweets in here. Okay. So, sorry, Austin. So, on Twitter, I asked, if your significant other started bringing home hundreds of thousands of dollars, do you question it or do you enjoy the cash? And I felt like a lot of them are just like, hey, I'm not saying nothing. Let's get these bills paid and then put the money aside for lawyers. Yeah, who is this? Hops Geek News says, my bills are paid and I got a sugar mama. Ain't no questions asked here. Someone asked if they could potentially do both. I don't think so. What's this podcast called? This one's called The Podnas. Hell no. Shut the fuck up and make sure some of the bread gets to a good lawyer on a retainer. Then start finding ways to clean the money.
Finding ways to clean the money.
How you gonna clean that money?
Start a couple of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the casino.
I think Ken over at Ocho Duro says he needs a heads up on why. Otherwise, I would start thinking I'm living in Breaking Bad. She's making coke or crystal.
Crystal, man.
Golly gee. Anyway, that was fun. So I asked that question based on last week's episode, Pure Green Greed with Rodney Haley, because it just made no sense. But anyway, Brandy, how was your week?
My week was all right. I interviewed a gentleman by the name of Armand Rosamilia for my fledgling podcast.
Tell us about your fledgling podcast.
Yours in Writing, which will be available. The first episode will be available on Monday, March 1st. That's actually, next Monday. And it's available on Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, and a couple others. It's not available on Apple Podcasts yet. But the trailer is up, so if you want to hear the soothing sounds of my voice, go ahead and listen to that. And our fun massages yesterday were great.
Oh, yeah, we had massages yesterday.
I was in dire need of one. I wish he'd applied a little more pressure, but...
Did you tell him? Give it to me harder?
No. I was just trying to, like Mom says she falls asleep on the table. I never fall asleep during massages, so... but, I mean, it was good. It was a good, 50-minute massage. Oh, and I got some free shit. I got a free bag, and I got some tea. Got a free balm,
like a hand balm,
all-purpose balm.
Mm-hmm.
Smells really good. I found a $20 bill on Wednesday.
Last week was your week, Hunty.
You gave me a $10 gift card, and I got a $15 Walmart gift card in the mail. Girl, I was coming up last week.
Oh,
last week was my week for money, apparently.
Oh, okay. Do you, boo boo?
Yeah, like a total of all the free shit and the stuff that I found was like $150, I think. Like, because the massage was like $75. That $20, that's $95. Gift card, $105. Another $15 gift card, that's $120. The bag was probably like maybe a $10 value. No, they probably would have charged more than that, like $15 value. And then $13 value for the balm. Girl, I was like, woo, I'm rolling in free shit.
Girl, you're funny.
Okay. But how was your week?
You're funny. My week was good. Like you said, we got massages. We had a little ladies spa day yesterday. We had some massages, so that was good. Before we went and started getting our massages, I was working out on the damn Peloton.
Oh, you did your workout before we left?
Yes,
okay.
I did a workout before we left. I did a strength workout. It was like a 10-minute workout, and my body is so sore. It was just like all abs and shit, and I need to work abs as much as possible. Like, who doesn't? But I am beat up from just 10 minutes, and it feels good. Besides that, I've just been gardening, really active in my Green Thumbs group. So me and a friend started a gardening group. Desert Green Thumbs of AV on Facebook. Check us out.
Desert Green Thumbs of AV. Damn, that's a long name.
Yes, it is. But we mean business. Hello, patrons. We love you guys. I sent out some gifts to our patrons that are local to the United States of America. I love you, KT and OT, but that Australian postage, boo-boo. I'm sorry. And, we had some collaborations this past week, Brandi. We were really busy, guys. Like, this year, we've got a lot of collaborations coming up. I'm trying to keep us busy and productive, but our episode dropped on the Pod Clubhouse of my best friend's wedding. That was so fun. Did you listen to it?
I haven't heard it yet.
Listen, it is such a good time. I was just like, this is like a Friday night date with a bunch of strangers. This is great. And then we got to hang out with Elisa from Fatalities podcast. Hello, Elisa. Hello. And we got to talk about Brittany.
Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch. So we've just been like super active and staying busy. And now we're here to hang out with you guys on the podcast. And I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Fleeks.
And this is Book of Lies, the podcast.
It's Bolt, bitches.
Yes, it is. And like I said before, hello, listeners. Welcome, new listeners. Welcome back, old listeners. Hello to all listeners. you can go ahead and connect with us on social. You can meet us on Twitter at Book of Lies Pod, on Instagram and Facebook at Book of Lies Podcast. You can visit our website at bookofliespodcast.com. There's a theme here. Or you can you can email us at bookofliespodcast@gmail.com. If you want to collaborate, if you want to send in a story of some fuckery, we are all about it. Because that's what we're here for. If this is your first episode, we talk about frauds and scams and shenanigans. And I've got a really interesting case today. Hunty.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Hunty.
Okay, so then what are we talking about, Sunny?
What are we talking about? Let me open up my email. So we are going to talk about...
Email?
I emailed my notes to myself.
Oh. Why?
Because I do it on the computer, and then I just email it to myself. So then it's in my email.
Okay. Do you do it on Drive? Google Drive? No, that's right. You said you'd never use Google. I meant Google Docs.
No, I compose a blank email, and then I start putting my notes in the email, and then I email it to myself.
Your notes are in an email, like the body of an email. That's hilarious.
Yes,
okay.
They always have been.
Nerd.
Is that a problem?
Well, because I use Google Docs, but I have I have the Drive. I have all of that shit on my phone and on my computer, so I just have to open up the same doc while I'm on my phone or on my tablet or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I have the notes there.
Right.
Instead of emailing things to myself. But okay.
This is how I get down.
You could just save it in a draft email and you don't have to actually send it to yourself, too. But okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. I mean, if your email is on your phone, which it is. But okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Do your thing.
I just feel like that's a really convoluted way to know.
Because I do it like in the Book of Lies email, and then I email it to my personal email.
Okay. All right.
But it's kind of crazy.
All right.
I like to do things a little wonky, do.
That's. I mean,
does anyone else do that? Am I doing like? Is that weird? I don't think that's weird.
Okay.
Anyway, today we are going to talk about James Duncan. We're going to talk about James Duncan's real estate investment Ponzi scheme. I got this episode from American Greed. Then I went down a rabbit hole. And I got some notes from the LA Times. I got some notes from the San Diego Union Tribune. Mm-hmm. I got some notes from CaliforniaRealEstateFraud.com.
That's a website, huh?
It's a website. All right. It's pretty interesting. So, excuse me. Austin, please cut that cough out, please. James Duncan. This is okay. So where's my notes? Wait.
They're gone. See, that's why you should do it in Google Docs.
I know. So the scene is 2003 when we're introduced, but I'm going to talk about the two main characters. The main character is James Duncan. He's about 30 years old. He's your average white guy, and by that, average bald white guy with a goatee. That's like blonde-ish, dirty blonde. He looks a little rough around the edges, and looking at him, I'm like, I don't trust you. Like, you look sketch as F to me. Then he has a partner by the name of Hendrix Montecastro, and he's an average Filipino guy. Same age, about a year younger. Montecastro. Okay. Mm-hmm. And
that's an interesting name.
Yeah, so Hendrix says that he met James Duncan when he was in a teen ministry in the church in Temecula. And I was told to trust James Duncan, he said. One of the heads of the church...
I was told to trust him.
He drops this guy's name, said, trust this guy. So I invested. Okay? So this is a teenage ministry in like the late 90s. Fast forward to 2003. Montecastro and Duncan, they're in Murrieta, California.
I know where that is.
Yeah. They use a legitimate business name as their own, and they start a bunch of fuckery. They steal the business name Pacific Wealth Management, which is a legitimate company that has nothing to do with them. People will call and like, oh, well, they'll try and do their due diligence. Like, oh, well, I see you're a reputable company in San Diego.
Lies.
And they're like, yeah, that's us. Sounds great. Like they don't try and clear it up. They just ride off of that other business's legitimacy. Okay.
What?
So Pacific Wealth Management, the fucked up one, is born, right? But also there's some other shell companies that have tagged along for the fun. One is Jovane Investment, and one is Stonewood Consulting. Jovane, Jovane Investment. And then maybe 6 other shell companies for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Right? So they start recruiting people to seminars. Have you ever been to a timeshare recruitment meeting?
Yeah. No, I have been scheduled for them, but I never showed up.
I've purchased 2 timeshares in my lifetime.
What?
It's a problem. It's like the most intense sales pitch ever.
Yeah, it's high pressure sales tactics.
High pressure. They're like, oh, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, blah, blah, blah. This one was different, what they were offering people. So they pretty much have these people in a room, and the way they get these people is by friends and family recruiting people, friends of friends, legit. And they start recruiting people to seminars, and they're bragging about, oh, I just lay around all day and the money comes in. I just make money materialize.
That's nice.
Right? And he's like, but he also gives them like some factual things too. Later on in the scheme, well, this is the beginning, so we'll talk about it. But he was just like, I make money happen. You need to get into investment properties. You buy a home and it's worth $500,000. A year later, it's worth $550,000. See, you just made $50,000. Isn't that a wise investment? That's 10%, gain on interest or gain on your investment.
Bullshit. Lies!
Right. We can make this happen for you. And this is a no-lose situation.
No lose.
Guaranteed money. Everyone wins. And so, and they convince these people to invest. They convince these people to purchase properties. They convince these people to refinance their homes, pull the equity out, and give them the money.
Why?
And how they do this is with these other shell companies. Why? So this is what they say.
My question is, how do they convince these people to do this? Like, why would I give you the equity in my house?
Because I'm going to make sure your bills are paid for you, and I'm going to put your equity, and I'm going to invest it into stocks. I'm going to invest it into foreign currency, into real estate, and you're going to make so much money. But this is a trust. This is a trust relationship. I might say something fucking nuts, but you have to roll with it. You have to roll with me, or we will drop you. Okay?
So
You need to trust me no matter what.
Of you not wanting to work for me anymore? Fuck you, dude. All right, anyway.
This is what he like kind of paints in people's heads, pictures in their heads that, hey,
are these older people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Older people. So, I took 3 pages of notes. I was getting my notes that I took by hand. I was putting them in my email so I could like read it out easily. And then I was going through all these pages and I just got tired. So I'm gonna have to redirect. Anyway. So so they're being told that the money's going towards investments, foreign currency, stocks, and real estate, of course. So from the years of 2004 and 2006, Duncan and Montecastro purchased $125 million worth of property for their clients. And their company shaved $10 million off of the top in what they call concession fees. So this is the fraud. They'll find a home this was happening in Murrieta and Palm Springs. They would find these homes and say, hey, this property is worth $500,000. They would get an estimate for the home, and then the value might drop in the house, but then they would get approved for a loan for $580. And they're telling the people that that it's it's a big shell game. So they show the people the house and they're like, hey, this house is worth $550. Let's go ahead and get it. And then, you know, it's going to be worth more. They go ahead, and when the loan's going through, the value of the home drops, right? So the value of the home drops to $500 or $485 or whatever, but they went ahead and got a loan for $580,000. And so they're saying, hey, that $80,000 between the loan that you got and the value of your home, we're going to call that a concession fee. And we're going to put that money away for you for later, like an escrow. So we're going to pay your bills. We're going to make sure the mortgage payment is made on this home, and you guys have nothing to worry about. Go ahead and put all of your banking information through Jovine Investment, and we're going to go over here to Stonewood Consulting. They're using so many different companies that the people think they're working with other companies, but they're just working with them. So they're lying on loan applications. They're falsifying documents. They're getting people approved for homes when they shouldn't be.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yes. And this is just the beginning of the fraud. Okay? So the people are concerned, like, my home is worth less and you took all this money out. But I've never touched any of this money. It went straight to you guys.
Okay. So they're filing to refinance these houses? Or to take out the equity for these houses? The company is doing it. So the owners aren't actually doing this.
The owners are giving them permission to do it, and then they're doing all the paperwork and stuff. Oh, God. And so they'll say, like, a different family in, like, whatever state they were, let's just say Arizona. They refinance their home. They're like, we're really good. We're really comfortable in our situation. And they're very church-going, so they would play on people's, like, Christianity.
Yeah, their religious views.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, you know, you're doing the Lord's work and blah, blah, blah. So since you guys are so comfortable in your home, let's go ahead and take out an equity loan. Then you could use that money to give to people. Give it to us first, and then we'll give you some money so you could fool around and do what you need to do. But they refinanced their home. Their payment doubled.
Right.
And so then this company is supposed to put the extra money in a bank account for them. So they're like, okay, well, we'll deposit the money into your bank account. So anything that's over than what you were accustomed to making, we're going to go ahead and pull it from your equity or your interest or whatever and make these payments for you. No. Sounds fucked up, right?
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
But these guys, they don't look professional at all. Like, I feel like they're like, they
what
are.
Do they look like? They look like dudes in t-shirts and jeans.
They look like
salesmen,
like bad salesmen. I'm going to show you their pictures. Hang on a second.
They look like car salesmen?
Yeah.
Car salesmen.
Hang on.
With suits that don't fit.
Yeah. These are them.
Well, they're wearing prison uniforms.
I know. Okay.
They look like gangbangers.
They do.
That guy looks like a fucking skinhead, and the other one looks like he's trying to join a gang.
Well, they just, in front of the seminar, they would just have on slacks and like a white shirt.
Like a button-down white shirt.
Yeah, or a polo and like the basic Payless men's shoes. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically like business casual attire.
Business casual. Okay. So that's what they look like. But I don't trust you. I'm sorry. He was like, he would sell their network. He was like, we're 5 degrees from separation from President George W. Bush. I know where he banks. Don't you want to invest where he's investing? People are investing with us. He's like, the 99%, they're with Bank of America and blah, 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 and blah. That 1% is with us, and they're making millions of dollars, okay? If you want into this network, you have to trust us 100%, right? So, Monty...
I'm sorry. I don't think okay, that would not work for me. Like, oh, the 1%. I don't like the 1%. I don't want anything to do with the 1%.
Well, these people who want their money to do things for them, or they just, I think it was a lot of FOMO, the fear of missing out. I'm making all this money. So let's go ahead and introduce another player in the game. So, Montecastro's mother gets involved into the fuckery. Helen, what was her name? Helen's the mom. Hang on a second. I'm going to do this again. Oh, Padrino. Helen Padrino is Hendrix's mother, right? And she's, like I said, they're Filipino. She's Filipino and she's a nurse. So she gets involved and she's like their recruiting like guru. She's bringing in all the people. She's bringing in the seniors. She's bringing in people from her church. She's bringing in people in the Filipino community.
No.
And they all get fucking, caught in this whirlwind.
That sounds awful.
Bullshit, right? But like with the refinance thing, yeah. So someone gave them $190 from the equity of their home. They gave it to them to manage for them, to manage their assets pretty much and pay their bills and do whatever. It's dumb. They lied on loan applications. They had another chick who was involved. Her name was Cindy Kelly. She was a loan officer, and she was pushing through loans and recruiting people as well. She fucked a bunch of people. She saw jail time. Yeah, she's a bitch. I was just like, fuck you, that's messed up.
How much money do you think you'd have to be, as a loan officer, they would have to pay you for you to be doing this? For you to potentially lose your job and go to prison.
And fuck over everybody that you know.
And then, once you're out of prison, the only place that'll hire you will probably be, like, a fucking mechanic that, like, invests in ex-cons. Like, I mean, you can't even get a job anywhere after some fucking shit like this.
Yeah.
This isn't something where, oh, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or I made a mistake. You were fucking people over for millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna hire you?
Nobody. And they're spending that money.
She better learn how to write. You better learn to invent something, do something, because once you come out of prison,
what you gonna do?
I'm just saying, like, that's when you need to fucking start getting your creative game on or something.
Well, I don't know. It's fucked up. There's this other person named Charles Choi who was involved with recruiting people. He would talk to people on the phone. He would like do outbound calling and get people to the seminars and lie and
outbound
all
calling.
kinds of things. So, I mean, all in all, they collected about $30 million in fees. There was 9 shell companies, and then they say the mastermind is Duncan, right? Duncan tried to keep his name away from everything. So he hired his friend or an associate he went down to by the name of Maurice McLeod. He was the CEO of a few of the companies. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's involved in the fuckery. And they're just traveling, they're vacationing, they're buying homes, of course. They're buying fancy cars. They're going to, like, fancy resorts. Oh, they liked Vegas. One of them liked to gamble in, like, Vegas.
I like the strippers. Vegas. I want to go. When was the last time we went to Vegas?
I do miss Vegas a lot.
I drove through Vegas that one time last year. Actually, twice. On the way there and on the way back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much money they made, but they were spending it for sure.
Of course. They're not. The funny thing is that they're making all this money. They're not investing that money. They're spending it.
They didn't invest a fucking thing.
You're.
So what they would do is, they made good on their promise to make payments for their clients, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Like I think some of them got 4 months worth of credits or whatever, or their account remained in good standing.
Yeah.
And so what they did is, like, they had people that they called their core clients. They're like, okay, we've done this deal with you. You're our core clients. And these are the people that they're like, if you really want to be involved with us, you're going to have to work with us for free for 3 years.
Free?
For 3 years, you work for free. No questions asked. You'll make the phone calls. You'll do this. You'll do that. He was asking some of the people to open up bank accounts.
Wait, okay, hold on. He's asking his employees or his clients?
His core clients, who sometimes he uses as employees.
How do you use your clients as employees?
To make phone calls, to do, like, grunt work.
You can suck my ass! You're asking me to give you all this money, and then on top of that, I have to do work for you too?
Yeah.
Lick my butt. I don't think so.
Okay, I don't want to lick your butt. But
I'm just saying, that's some bullshit.
Well, that's what he was doing, and people would just kind of go along with it because they're like, well, shit.
Listen,
I've already given him $190,000 equity from my place.
I've already given them.
I've given him this money already, and he's hanging on to my money. Now he's asking us to open up credit cards and get the max amount of cash from the credit card and give us the cash.
Okay.
Give him the cash.
I'm
money.
Why? Okay. After he got their money, he would come back to them and ask them to do these things. So he wasn't asking them to do it while he was getting their money.
No.
I got your money. Now I'm going to come back to you and say, open some credit cards.
Yes.
Make some phone calls.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yes. Why?
And they didn't say, huh?
Because he was like, oh, well, do you want to have an opportunity to double this money or triple this investment and blah, blah, blah. He had a script, Brandi. Hang on. I'm going to tell you about this script. Because the SEC got involved because they're making trades and doing all this stuff all illegally.
Jesus.
So, I wrote it down. Hang on a second. Okay. So, they had a script and they were saying, hey, if you can give us $5,000, you will make $20,000. If you give us $6,000, you can make $30,000. If you give us $7,000, you can make $40,000. Bullshit numbers, no doubt. It's ridiculous, but
it sounds literally like
it's a script.
Pie in the sky.
It's a script, but listen, they were like, okay, here are some common places to find hidden cash in your home.
What?
Or hidden cash. Maybe a savings or checking account that you may have forgotten about, a business savings account, cash in your home equity, a brokerage account, a CD or money mutual account, Christmas money, tax money, a retirement account. They're like instant cash. Do you have a coin collection, a stamp collection?
Oh my God.
Comic books, inventory from a business. They were going through a list on the phone to jog people's memory about money that they could potentially get their hands on.
Oh my God. So did you bury money in your backyard? Go start digging holes in your backyard. See if you can find buried treasure. What in the flying
Yes.
fuck?
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's dumb, right? And so he's like, we're going to ask you guys to trust us. Everyone is going to say that you're crazy and that, you shouldn't do what you're doing. People are going to tell you that. But I'm telling you right now, don't listen to them. You need to trust what I am saying.
Jesus, don't talk to them.
Don't talk to them. Mm-mm. And then, some people got some money mailed to them, some foreign money mailed to them. They were Iraqi dinars. And they were like, hey, we're investing in foreign currency. And we're going to send you these Iraqi dinars. And they're going to be really valuable very soon. So some people who gave them, this family gave them $230,000 of their money they got because they did the credit cards. They, gave them the money in the equity. This bitch said that she gave him $40,000 in credit card money that they got advances from.
This bitch. I think you mean this victim.
She's a victim. Yeah, I'm sorry, lady, but damn,
that is insane.
It's insane, right? And so, she was just like, we trusted him, and she said that he was like, if you don't do it, we're gonna drop you. And so she was afraid to lose more money, a lot of money, but she ended up losing everything.
I really just...
And the Iraqi dinars weren't worth shit.
Yeah! That's like rupees. Rupees are not worth anything. I don't know how many times I have come across on these freelance writing websites where people from India were looking for writers, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to pay you 500 Indian rupees, which is $3. It's nuts.
Sorry, 1 second.
Actually, let's do the currency exchange. 500 IRP to USD. I mean, it's IDR, not IRP. Oh, this is Indonesian rupiah. No, not that. Oh my God, 500 of Indian rupiah, IDR, is 0.036 cents.
It's less than 3. It's like 4 cents. 500 fucking that is worth 4 cents. That's sad.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to Indian rupees. I don't know why I had it. Okay, there we go. Let's see how much it is. The rupees. Oh yeah, $6.89. That's how much 500 Indian rupees are. And they'd be like, oh yeah, we'll pay you 500 Indian rupees to write me 5 600-word posts.
636?
Work $6.89 for all of that work. That's nuts.
Anyway, well, they got some bullshit money in the mail, and like, you know, because they were like, oh, you know, we're gonna be doing foreign currency and blah blah blah, but it was fuckery, as you know. Yeah, so they just had like, yeah, don't ask me any questions and do what I say. That's pretty much what he was saying. Then these fucking assholes, they were like, oh, they're making all this money. And this is all happening like in an 18-month time period, by the way. They're making all this money, so they decide to try and control their brain waves.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Because they felt like they were controlling people.
This sounds like some Scientology shit that's about to happen.
Well, it's not. So they think they can go ahead and control their brain waves, and they do like this study with this guy.
Control whose brain?
Their own brain waves to tap into like a higher level of consciousness.
That sounds totally like Scientology.
Well, they went ahead and did some sessions at the Bio Cybernaut Institute, and they were just so sold with the fucking shit. They gave like the lead doctor, I guess he was the owner, they gave him $500,000, and they
got ripped off too. Okay.
Yep. Because they thought they were like buying like a way into the institute or something, but he like built a house. I don't know. He was like, "Thanks, have a nice day. Thank you for your donation."
Yeah, that's so. So these guys, not only are they dumb, but they're ripping off folks, and then they get ripped off.
Yeah. Pretty much. So it's a big house of cards because they've taken on all this debt. They're supposed to be paying the bills for their clients. They've taken out all these credit cards, and then all of a sudden shit stops getting paid. Mortgages stop getting paid. Credit card bills stop getting paid. They turn off the phone, and they disappear. Shake the spot. Nobody can find them. That's the end of the episode.
No, it's not.
So fucking James Duncan pops up on the fucking internet as James the Cash King.
Oh fuck.
And he is trying to sell his bullshit to people over the internet. You know what I'm saying? He's just sitting on the couch. He's like, you know what I did today? I got up at 8 o'clock. No, he didn't. He said, you know what I did today? I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I made my kids some breakfast. And I got them dressed. And I sent them off to school. And then I came back and I took a nap. And the money's still rolling in. Like, it's just like, fuck obnoxious. You. Fuck you, dude.
That's obnoxious.
Like, get out of here. Anyway, people are calling the police because they're pissed. Their money's missing. They've been taping their conversations. They've been like trying to crack down because it's Riverside DA that pretty much bring them down. But a bunch of people are about to get got. So February 2008, they all simultaneously arrested everybody.
Wait, arrested everybody who?
Oh, so they arrested James Duncan, the mastermind, his partner Hendrix's mom, Helen Padrino, because she was like a recruiter and she was bringing everybody in. So it was like, that fucking bitch Helen brought me in here and they stole my money. Okay? The CEO, Maurice McLeod, because he was the CEO of the company that he was placed there. That bitch Kelly.
Oh wait, they use an executive recruiting company to find a CEO?
No. It was like a friend. They were like, "Hey, you want to be CEO of my company?"
Oh, okay. You said he was placed there.
Well, they put him like
they gave him to be.
Yeah, they put him in the position to be the figurehead and take the heat. Hopefully, that bitch Cindy Kelly, Charles Choi, or whatever the hell his name was. They all came for all of them.
Good.
And, hang on. 1 second. Emails. Okay. So this is an article from the LA Times, and it says, so using storefronts across the Inland Empire and numerous phone lines assigned to shell companies, the schemers misled banks into believing their prospective borrowers had significant assets, when in fact the schemers were engaging in a mortgage fraud shell game built on lies to both their investors and the banks. This was in 2009 when this article was written, and at the time, James Duncan was 38, and Hendrix was 37, and the CEO, Maurice McLeod, was 37, along with the mom and all the other people. They sold investor securities and contracts and spent most of the money on themselves. The fraud resulted in a $124.5 million loss throughout Riverside County. And they were in
what?
$124.5 million.
Oh my God.
$1 million loss. Yeah. And it was right at the housing bubble when the ship dropped. But they were charged with 249 criminal counts. They said that Duncan was a former banker, so that's kind of how he knew how to push things through.
What a fucking dick.
And
these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the accounts that Duncan created was called Total Return Fund. He falsely told his clients that their funds would be invested in real estate or government-backed accounts. And so when they go to court, it's a different story. Montecastro is like, I got conned too. I didn't know. I wasn't involved. I'm not the bad guy.
It wasn't me. I didn't know.
Yeah, so everybody's like, that's a fucking lie. They were joined at the hip. And they're like, you fucking made 200 houses go into foreclosure. 200 houses.
That's a lot of houses to be your fault.
Yep.
What the fuck? Dude, what?
Yep, 200 houses. So while this is going on, Montecastro's like, I didn't do nothing. Duncan's like, okay, I'm turning state's evidence and I'm going to go ahead and snitch. I'm going to sing like a fucking bird. And so he's like, this is what this, and we did this, and we did this. Because apparently after that office shut down and all the phones went down and they couldn't contact anybody, they got the whole office together to bring in all their computers and documents and everything, and they burnt it down, they smashed computers, and they destroyed evidence. Together. So Duncan is like, I'll tell you everything. I did it. And everybody knew that they were involved.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
So Hendrix and his mom, the Filipino ones, they're like, you know, we didn't know, we got conned. But he's going on vacations, he's doing this, he's spending $500,000 on, you know, brain shit. It was his companies. His companies are the ones that are getting the loans approved.
Right.
And he's moving money around. But apparently, him and his mother decided to represent themselves in court.
Oh,
and apparently
that is so smart.
It was fuckery.
Ugh,
and
idiots. Dumb. It's ridiculous. Fucking Ted Bundy represented himself too, and guess what happened to him?
Well, yeah. So, what happened? At the time of his sentencing, Montecastro was 41, and his mother was 61.
Oh my God.
They went on trial for...
She should have known better.
They went on trial for grand theft by false pretense, securities fraud, commodities fraud, financial elder abuse, and selling securities without authorization. Hendrix Montecastro faces 311 felony charges, and his mother faces 41 charges. And
listen, 311 felony charges. 1 year for each charge. and he's in prison forever.
Well, he was...
But, of course, that's not how it works.
Well, no, he was facing 100 years. They're like, you're looking at 100 years, bitch.
Okay.
And so, you know, he's like, I'm fighting for my life here. You know, Duncan wasn't my friend.
I'm fighting for my life. Guess who said that?
He betrayed my trust. He betrayed my family's trust. He was like, you know, I've got emails. He was just like, I'm a victim. But other victims were like, Montecastro was Duncan's lieutenant. He was a part of executing the scam, and the mom was the scam's top recruiter, persuading fellow nurses, members of the church, and friends in the local Filipino community to invest.
Yeah.
As a result of their actions, this one person, Beverly Lau, lost $825,000 after being persuaded to take equity out of her home, cash out of her retirement accounts, and charge credit cards to the max. Christine Hynum lost $345,000 after being convinced of the wisdom of the refinancing 2 homes. So everyone's story is pretty much the fucking same. When I also saw this on American Greed. I told you that, right?
Yeah. They're
just like walking outside their homes, like, oh, this was our home, not anymore. It's really fucking sad.
Yeah, that's
it's really
tragic.
sad. And
now these assholes are living in our house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or like if their house is empty, and look, now it just sits empty. I mean, God, that sucks.
Well, so at the end, Duncan got 19 years and 8 months.
Of course, that's it.
Montecastro would not roll over. He claimed he was not guilty. He got 81 years.
Oh, damn.
And his mom got 8 months.
Because she's old.
She's old, and she was a recruiter. The other people involved, they got jail time too, or like probation and shit. But the thing is, I'm not giving you my fucking money.
No.
I'm not giving you my money.
If I didn't seek you out, like if I didn't go to your bank or to your investment firm or to your, I don't know, hedge fund, whatever, you're not getting my money.
It's messed up. It's real messed up. It's really sad that, like, the greed that these people displayed, they went for everything that they had.
Yeah.
Everything.
And even shit they didn't have. Go look under your couch.
Yeah, look under your bed. That's what it's like money in a box under your bed. Like, you wanted everything, and it was to, front their lifestyle to maybe pay the bills, because I think they said they spent out of, like, the $30,000, $8 million went towards paying bills and mortgages and stuff that they should have paid. But once they stopped doing it, people lost their homes, and those houses went into foreclosure. It's fucked up. And no wonder there was a housing bubble. We need to do The Big Short. I know we did it on For Your Reference with KT and OT, but I think we need to cover it on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Sure.
You guys interested in listening to us talk about The Big Short? Yeah? Cool. Maybe it'll be a visual episode. Maybe. So these fools are still in jail.
Good.
And I just feel really bad for the people. Oh, so he's paying restitution. So Duncan is paying restitution.
Does he? Okay. What happened?
Go ahead.
What happened to the money? Like, when they got caught, did they still have the money?
I don't know.
Because usually, the feds would confiscate that money, use it as evidence. And then what happened to it? Because they don't return it to them.
They spent the fucking money.
And the feds don't actually turn it over to the victims and say, here's your money back.
This is how it goes. He had to pay $3.1 million in restitution. And this woman's like, I love getting my restitution check. She's like, it's the smallest check ever, but I don't give a fuck. She gets a check for $15.54 a month. And this guy took $230 million of their money. $230,000.
I was like, dude, they had $230 million to give him. They are stupid, but okay.
I mean, and the thing that's really sad is, like, these people were modest people. They were like, we live very comfortably.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity. We're going to take an opportunity and see, like, what can become of it. And it
they
fucked
got
them
railroaded
so hard.
That's oh gosh, that sucks. That's what sucks about this whole situation. People prey on people's interest in, like, building a nest egg or investing in their futures. People prey on the fact that money is something that people need to, to basically live.
Yeah.
At least live, comfortably, live the life that they can without having to resort to living in a trailer in the middle of the desert or in a tent in the middle of the desert.
Because there's a bunch of those people around here too.
Yes.
I mean, if that's your life, that's your jam, and if that's what you've chosen, that's what you've chosen. But what we're saying is, like...
What I'm saying is that he basically relegated those people to that type of life.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, I'm sure that's not what they're doing, but I'm just saying, like, it sucks. It sucks for people to take advantage of people who are interested, who are genuinely like, yeah, I would like to have some money saved up so maybe one day we can retire to Florida or Mexico or wherever the hell it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because who wants to retire to Riverside?
It's just sad. You're totally right. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
sorry to let you guys
bummer.
down, guys. Sorry to bore you. Brandy, to bum you out, actually. Brandy, do you have a thumbs up for the week?
My thumbs up for the week is this week I am interviewing one of the mothers of a person who went missing in the city where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And her case is a cold case. And as I have already said, I'm working on a true crime book. And I'm working on my proposal right now. And so I'm going to include her story in my sample chapter that I'm going to send to agents and publishers to hopefully get an advance to be able to do all the research I need to do and to be able to talk to the people I need to talk to, because some of the people have moved away since. So I might have to hire a PI to find them. Who knows? But hopefully I can get that 5-figure advance.
Like $75,000?
Damn, that's a lot.
That's 5 figures?
I was thinking more like 15,000.
Oh, girl, aim high, baby.
But depending. So if you guys are true crime fans, the book is going to be about, some unsolved missing persons cases and murders. And should be a good read. What was your what is your thumbs up for the week? For the week.
Ooh, I don't know. I cleaned my house. So my kids were not home this weekend. Thanks, Auntie. And I got to mop my floor and clean and do laundry. And I missed my children, so I'm happy they're home. We're going to hang out. And I don't know. It's like, the last week of February? And it's almost fucking March,
Last week of February. It is the last week of February.
I can't wait for spring to hurry up and get here.
For real. Like, March, it's a month. Literally, in 1 month is when spring starts.
I can't wait. I've been gardening a lot. I have some videos I need to edit together, and I might put it on IGTV for, some gardening content.
Yeah, do that.
I mean, other than that, I'm living my life like it's golden, and that's all we really can do. Shout out to Texas. I hope you guys are okay out there. It's rough. It's real sad and crazy as to what's going on in 2021 that this shit can be happening. People are freezing.
Yes, people are freezing to death. That sucks.
Yeah. So, I'm counting my blessings, I guess.
I was like, what if that, if we had that kind of storm where power was out and literally it was fucking freezing, 0 below 16 or whatever, 16 below 0. Luckily I have, here we have clothes to layer up in. At least I do. Right. I have scarves, I have sweaters, I have sweatshirts, I have sweatpants.
I got long john socks.
Yeah, but other people don't. And that's, so.
They were not prepared, what's so fucking ever.
Exactly. So, hopefully they're okay, unlike that fuckface Ted Cruz who decided to abandon his fucking state.
He said it was his daughters who wanted to go to Cancun.
I hate him so much. He needs to fucking
He's shameful.
He needs to go and move to fucking Siberia.
Where it's good and cold.
Yeah. Where they have bears on the side of the freeway.
Oh, my.
If you watch 90 Day Fiancé, you might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
There was a bear on the side of the freeway. This chick was from Siberia in Russia. and they were driving, and there was a bear on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, no. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Hey, join us on Patreon. We've got a nice little $2 tier. You get a love letter, some stickers, commercial-free episodes, early episodes, and we need to actually do a Patreon episode. We should put out a question as to what you guys want to listen to. But other than that, thank you guys for being here. Connect with us on social at Twitter, Book of Lies Pod, Instagram and Facebook, Book of Lies Podcast. Visit our website at bookofliespodcast.com. And check out our collaborations page because we've had some recent collaborations and the list is growing. So definitely check that out. And I am Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Flakes.
And this was
Book of Lies.
The podcast.
It's bold, bitches.